I tried abstinence and failed twice. So I'm starting a new abstinence journey. I'm a few months in a few months it'll be a year, but here's everything I learned from both of my previous failures. My first journey, I was so tired of going through it with people's sons. I had this motto that I was rehearsing every day. I would wake up, look in the mirror, and be like, ninjas ain't ish. Okay? I just kept saying it. I was so done, and I was like, you know what, I'm swearing off of men. And I did that purely out of frustration, not out of faith. And I had a good run, but then I met this guy who met all of these standards that I had, and of course they were worldly, because at the time I was very much in the world, and so I fell. But looking back at it now, if I had the mindset that I have now, and if I was able to look at things through the lens of Christ, I would still be on that journey, okay? To this day, I would be on that journey. Now, my second journey, I went through so much heartbreak. I was completely broken. And in that brokenness, I found God, or rather, He found me. And I started really like getting into my word. I understood purity now, and I decided to rededicate my body and my temple back to Him. And I had a great run, okay? But then I got cocky. Lord. Why, no. Don't get me wrong. When I was abstinent, I was dating. But I genuinely don't find men that I'm attracted to, because for me, it's more about a mindset than just physical looks. So although some of these men were very sexy, okay, I just didn't really want them for real. So I started to get so cocky, so confident. I was feeling untouchable. Can't nobody bag me. I got this abstinence in a bag. It's easy. It's so easy. Can't get no coochie out the queen. Well, but then I met a guy whose mindset I fell in love with. And whether it was cosplay or he actually just had things that he was struggling with, I perceived him to be a man of God and what I actually wanted. And that's when it got hard. Because when we're in each other's space and we already have this attraction between us, and I can hear you breathing, I can hear your eyeballs blinking, it gets extremely tough, and I fell. And that's why you have to be extremely vigilant, because nobody can outrun lust. That's why we have to flee from it. And so the mess ups happened, but sometimes we need them in order to learn and grow. Every slip up, every fall on this journey has been a lesson. And it's all gonna help me get to the finish line, because my ultimate goal is to wait until marriage. I want for me and my husband to be able to give a testimony and be like, hey, it wasn't easy, but we waited and we did what was right in the eyes of God. And that's on period. So moving forward, and what I'm taking into this journey is just boundaries that I'm putting into place to make sure that I can reach my goals. Number one, no private hangouts after sundown. Okay, you gotta watch them daytime hangouts too, but especially after sundown, baby, if it ain't in public, we will not be linking, and that's just that. Certain conversations have to be avoided altogether, because when you start having conversations with people, them gears start turning. Then you be like, I'm trying to see what that like. Cut it out, okay? I'm not traveling with you. If we gotta travel, we are not staying in the same hotel rooms. Absolutely not. Ultimately, I have to remember this time around that I am not doing this for me. I'm not taking an oath and a vow of purity and abstinence for me, because if it was up to me, the heart won't what it won't. And it's evil, wicked, and deceitful, okay? But the heart won't what it won't. So this is not at all for me. I'm doing this solely for God, and I have to keep that in mind. Most importantly, I realized this time around, I have to truly trust God. If I trust Him to be the God that I say I believe in, I have got to stop trying to rush things and force things and play His role, okay? Things will never move at the pace I want them to move at. They're gonna move at the pace that He has ordained. And I'm gonna let Him work, because no matter how hard you try and no matter how good it is, you cannot sex someone into loving you. That's the real word. So if you're on this journey, or you've been trying and failing like me, you are not alone. The goal is never perfection. The goal is progression. So every time you fall down and you get back up, just know you are one step closer than you were before. Bye, babe.